This conference will now be recorded.
What is item category for value item? Anyone? Item category for value item. No one? What is account group for third party? Account group for third party. What is the standard accounting group? Standard item category?
TAN.
TAN. Right? Item categories are very, very important. Very important. Please make sure you put some effort by this weekend at least and finish off item category. Item category is very important. I told you, right? There was one person who got rejected with just one question on item category. He answered every question in the interview, but he could not answer one question on item category. They rejected it, right? So item category is so important. Item category and pricing concept in SD is very, very, very important. Just as we finished discussing about VOV8 controls, we are still pending with some controls in the VOV8. We have still some controls. So once the server is back, we could discuss those things. Item category, we have discussed all the controls. Now let's see item category determination. So what is item category? Anyone? Anyone? What is item category?
It controls the properties of item and sales order.
Right? It controls how the item should behave in the sales order. Right? Pretty basic questions. If you know the answer, you are quiet, that's okay. But if you don't know the answer, seriously, you need to look into your preparations. Okay. So what is item category? Item category controls how this item should behave in the sales order. But how this item category comes into sales document? Because see, whenever we create a sales order, we are not entering anything like item category. Okay. We enter only the line item. Okay. We enter only the material. Let's say I'll enter some material here, 100, 100. Okay, I'm just entering only this particular. So I'm not entering any item category here. This field is still blank, right? But once you enter this material and press enter, system automatically populates item category. You see, system automatically populated that item category. How system knows that? That is how the item category comes into sales document. Yesterday, what we discussed is the controls with VOV7. With VOV7 controls, we discussed that how the item category is controlling the line item, like coming to the cost price, credit, special stock indicators, schedule lines. So everything we have seen that how it can control. But how that item category is coming into sales document. So item category coming into sales document with a concept called as item category determination. Okay, there is a concept called as item category determination. And how do we access that item category determination? The T code is VOV4. VOV4. Item category assignment. Very, very, very important. Item category determination. I told you, right? It's like a hurdle. This item category determination is like a hurdle. You need to break this across. If not, you'll be running in a loop. You don't understand this. You cannot understand any other concept. Right? You'll be stuck up at this concept itself. Doesn't matter. You spend 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or you spend whole week. Finish this item category determination. Try to understand the item category determination. Rest other concepts you can finish in hardly 2 or 3 days. But this concept you have to finish it. So so now I created a sales order here, right? And we have seen that TAN has come into the sales document. How system knows? How system has bring that TAN into sales document? That is, how do we create a sales order? When we are creating a sales order, what is the first field we are entering? Sales document type, right? We enter OR. And in the material master, let's say if I take any material, maybe 100, any material, item sales order 2, I will take specifically 1000. You see this field, item category group, you see? So when we create a sales order, first we enter document type here. And once you get into the sales document, you enter item category. So once you are in this screen, now you enter this item, that is material. In the material master, for that material, item category group is maintained as norm. So if I go back to this screen, go to position, let us give that inputs here. Sales document type or item category group from the material master is norm, and press enter. You see this? OR plus norm, default item category we mentioned as 10. So that is how the item category is populating into the sales document. Because we are creating an order with OR, the first parameter, and the second parameter is coming from material master. These two parameters, it's already maintained in the system saying that if my sales document type is OR and my item category group in the material master is norm, then it should be by default taking 10. Let's assume that your document type is ZOR. Then what to do? Anyone? If ZOR, you have to go to new entries and you have to set up it. My document type is ZOR and norm. Then you should tell system, okay, if you have your own item category, my item category is Z10 like this. Okay, you should tell that to the system by default. An entry is already existing with this because someone has already created, right? So how item category comes into sales document? Item category will come into sales document using the concept called as item category determination. And item category determination has 4 parameters. What are the 4 parameters of item category determination? That is sales document type, item category group, item usage, and higher level item. Okay. So sales document type, I need not to tell you. It could be anything. It can be OR, or it could be QT, anything it could be. Or else you copy it as a ZOR, doesn't matter whatever it is. But usually we don't change the item category groups. We use the same. So what are the different item category groups we have? We also learned this at the time of material master as well. Norm, standard. Okay, we have it in the study material. Let me open the study material for your reference. Anyone? Any question? How item category comes into sales document? Only for the first 2 fields. The other 2 fields we'll discuss. For the first 2 fields. Any question? So how item category comes into sales document? Anyone? Item category comes into sales document using
sales document
item
type.
category.
Sales document type, item category group.
Item category group, right? First 2 parameters. We'll add other 2 parameters. So you could see here, OR norm will bring us 10. 10 means a standard item, which we discussed yesterday, for which we charge. It has schedulines, everything. Then OR bans. Bans means third party. Item category task, third party. OR BANC, IPO process, TAB, IPO process. You see, one parameter is changing and item category is also changing, and these are the different process. This is standard process, this is third party, this is IPO individual purchase order, OR 0001 TAK, this is make to order. Make to order. There is one more here, it is missing. That is variant configuration, OR 0002. OR 0002 will bring us TSC. TSC means Variant
Variant.
configuration. OR 0002. Okay, you see this OR 0002 will bring us TAC, variant configuration. OR ERLA, TAQ, BOM header pricing. OR LUMF, TAP, BOM item pricing. So like this, we have various combinations, right? So these all are scenarios. Later you can try them all these scenarios anyway. But this is the logic first you need to understand. OR, that is sales document type, whatever you enter in the sale while creating a sales order, and the item category group from the material master. What item category group it is in the material master. These two parameters will decide which item category should come into sales document. And once this item category comes into sales document for the material, you know, right? Yesterday we have discussed VOV7, how the controls should be, right? How all the other controls should be, right? So that is all controlled by these parameters. Okay. So now let us add other two parameters. Okay, before going to other two parameters, you see here, okay, you see this is default item category. That means by default, this will come into the sales document. But what is this MLTC something? This is called as manual item category. Okay, this is called as manual item category. And there will be total 11 manual item categories. You don't need to count. I already did it. And this is also an interview question. Total 11 manual item categories will be there. So what is the purpose of manual item category? What is the purpose? Yesterday, I changed a TAN to TAS. You notice it, right, everyone? Did we see that yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
I have changed a TAN to TAS. That is the manual item category. That means whether user is allowed to change the item category in the sales document or not. If user is allowed to change the item category in the sales document, so to what item category user can change? A TAN, okay, you see this line. A TAN can be changed to any of the item category it is mentioned here. If it is not mentioned here, user cannot change it to that. Let us do one thing. I'll remove TAS. Yesterday I changed TAN to TAS, system accepted. I'll remove TAS. I'll save this. Let me create an order. Let me create an order. That is VO, sorry, VO02. I'm going with the existing order, but I'll enter one item here. I'll enter 100, 100, and one quantity. Automatically system take 10, right? Okay, it takes 10, but I'll change it to TAS. Yesterday system allowed this. But you see, today system throws an error for this item saying that item category TAS is not defined for this item. Where you have to define this? For this item, where we have to define it? Here. You see, do we have TAS here? No TAS. So that's the reason system is throwing an error saying that you cannot change it to TAS. But now again, I have put the TAS here. I'll save and I'll go back and I'll again change it to TAN. Okay, now let me again change it to TAS. You see, I hope I need to create the order again. Yeah, now you see, now system accepted. Earlier, system was throwing an error for TAS. If I change the TAN to TAS, system was throwing an error. But now you see, it allowed us. Why? Because I have put back the TAS again into this particular manual item category. So manual item category will tell system like to what item category user change the standard one. You have to specifically mention here only to that item category user can change. He cannot change anything other than this. Okay, user cannot change anything beyond this. Right? So there, how many total manual item categories will be there? So there will be total 11 manual
11.
item categories. Total 11 manual item categories. Let us come back to the other two parameters. Let's see other two parameters, how they work. Okay, let me again go to position. So what is this item usage? Where did we discuss item usage? Anyone? In which concept we discussed item usage? CMIR. Okay. In the transaction VD51, CMIR, we discussed item usage. So system is picking item usage from CMIR. So we discussed that CMIR will be used only in specific context. Only in specific context. What is that specific context? Wherever you have sub item like free goods, material determination, or free goods, material determination, cross selling, batch management, or material determination, I mentioned, right? BOM, wherever you have sub items, only in that scenarios you will see this particular usage. Let's say OR norm. What is the free item category for free goods? Anyone? Item category for free goods.
TNN.
TANN, right? This batch. Now, question, you are not from this batch, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, first give a chance to this batch and then anyone can answer, please. Please hold for 5 seconds at least. OR, because just let them think at least, this is very important concept. OR norm, if I use a usage has been already provided by the system, and the standard usage where free goods is free. The usage itself is free. So you could see here somewhere, we don't need this anyway. I'll just enter free and enter. System by default knows that it is TANN. You see default item category is TANN. If I use a usage free here, system knows this is TANN. If I use a usage anything like PSA1, PSA2, PSL, PSHP, system knows this is material determination. We'll discuss this. This all we'll discuss when it comes to free good concept and other things. But you could see those particular scenarios here. You see PSA1, TAPA. PSA1 tabs we have. Where is TAPA? TAPA. Yeah, here. Higher level is TAPA, right? So we should also see TAPA somewhere here. It should be there. Here, no, it should be somewhere here, right? TAPA. PSA1 brings us that TAPA. Likewise, this is BOM. We have one more PSHP. PSHP is tax. PSHP, you see, tax, right? So system, by default, system knows that when we use a usage, standard usage, system already knows that which scenario it is. If I use free, system knows it's a free goods. If I use PSA1 or PSA, anything of this, system knows this is material determination, like this. So usage is used in context where we have sub items. Okay, where we have sub items. Then higher level item. Higher level item is also the same scenario. What is TAN? TAN is a standard item, right, which we sell and we charge. 1 plus 1. Okay. TAN is a standard item. If any customer, we are telling system, if any customer buy this item 1 plus 1, this is free for customer. Higher level item. This item belongs to which item? This item. So for this item, it should have a relation, right? It should have a relation. So it will have a relation with the main item. So that we'll again discuss at the time of free good scenario, but let me just show you the sales order. You see here, we have a higher level item. If this is a free goods, TANN, so here system will show it as higher level TAN. That means the 10 item. So that system knows that there is a relation between these two items. So how an item category comes into sales document? Item category comes into sales document with item category determination. And what are the parameters? There are 4 parameters. That is sales document type, item category group, usage, and higher level item. These are the 4 parameters which will decide what item category should come into sales document. And we also have manual item category, which will tell system, what item, whether user is allowed to change the item category in the sales document or not. If it is allowed, so to what item category it can be changed. That is mentioned in manual item category. Right? Any questions on this so that we could move on to next concept?
TANN will determine automatically, or do we need to manually enter?
Automatically. Item categories will always come automatically. You cannot do it manually unless until you have a scenario.
After entering the TANN, in usage also we need to select the free goods.
Sorry, your voice is jarring. Can you repeat again once, please?
After entering TANN as a free good, in the usage column also we need to select any kind of drop down free goods like that.
No, you don't need to. Let me show you. So if I put OR, okay, I put system, let me show you. You don't need to even mention free goods usage there. If you put just higher level item category also, system will easily identify it.
Where it will be considered from?
VOV4. Okay, let me just show you this first. So I don't need to mention free goods, free. Like even if I mention OR, norm, I'll leave this field and I'll just say TAN, higher level item. You see, without usage also, if you can determine, but whatever we have seen that as, that is automatic item category determination. That is standard, what SAP has provided. But my TAN may not be TAN in the business, right? I might copy it and create it as a ZTAN, correct? You have to go to new entries and you need to set up that. You need to set up. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Yeah, very important. Go through this. Maybe tomorrow also you can come up with questions. Very, very important. So in the sales document structure, we discussed we have header, we have item, we have schedule lines, right? So we finished discussing about header, then we finished discussing about item. Now let's move on to schedule lines. And as we know that schedule lines are part of line item, right? So schedule lines, where is the control? Yeah, any question?
Where we find higher level item category other than sales order?
Other than sales order, nowhere.
Yeah.
Only in the sales order. If you mention here, it will come only in the sales order. Nowhere you will see higher level item category.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So you schedule lines. Schedule lines are again equally important as item category. Very, very important. And mark my word, you will face at least 1 to 2 questions on schedule lines. You can write it. One question is for sure. Maybe 2 questions also you could get from schedule lines. It is that important. VOV6. VOV6 is the schedule line category. Schedule line category. See, whenever we are discussing about sales document or we discussed about item category, there is only one, right? Only one item category, one sales document standard. But when you go to schedule lines, you see you'll have 2, ANAT, BNBT, CNCP, like this you'll have 2. Why we are having 2 here? Because one is with MRP and the other one is without MRP. Okay, whether you want to perform availability check or not. So that is determined by this particular field. So you can say CN CP. CN says no MRP, CP says with MRP. But how do system differentiates? How do system know this is a no MRP and this is MRP? That is with the controls. You see these checkboxes? These are off. No MRP, these are off. If I go to CP, these checkboxes are active. That is how system knows which is with MRP and without MRP. Okay, with and without. Okay, let's see the controls. Very, very important. Movement type. Without this question, there is no interview. Okay, you go 5 interviews, at least in 3 interviews, you'll face a question on movement type. And I will also tell you what question they ask, and I hope I told you already in this batch as well. That is from a previous batch person who faced this question. Let me show you. I'll show you. You see? Explain third party. Yeah, see this. Question number 12. Movement type for third party. Movement type for third party. You don't see any interview without question on movement type. In this, do we have what is third party? Do we see any question on movement type? Let me check. Simple availability, determine type, determine item. You see how to determine item category. You see, just now we discussed how to. I told you, right? Nothing goes out of our scope. If you are ignoring what we are learning or if you are overlooking, that's where you go wrong. Just see the questions. Now you already learned this concept, right? You see how to determine revenue account. You just leave this, but this is a concept we later will discuss. But just now we discussed this, right? How to determine item category. Where will we use higher level item category? We just discussed it, right? Automatic PR, should you determine order type, party? There is no calculation. They asked on third party, but not an item moment type. But pretty like you will see that question in every second interview. Okay. So item category, I told you 2 questions you could see here, very important. Let me check in other. These are very recent interview questions. I hope I showed you earlier as well. So process, third party, MIGO requirement, pricing, condition, supplement, third party. Yeah, you see here, item category for order, free of charge, material determination, header and sub item, both. They have asked for item category for standard order, then free of charge, that is free goods. Then they asked material determination, taps we have discussed, right? So that important it is. Without item category and scheduline, no interview. And nothing goes out of our scope. Again, I'm repeating, if you are overlooking what we are learning or my guidance, that's where you get into trouble. If not, very smoothly you land into the job. Very, very smoothly. I can also show you that actually. One moment. Let me show you just to give you some confidence again and again, because all this batch should get placed by September 20, no exception. You see this guy from a very previous batch from 2019 actually. Okay. So he got well, he's now well settled in the industry with SDS for HANA. He is also working on GTS. Okay. So next steps he are looking for. 6 years it's completed. 2019, right? 4 years and the fake everything it is, right? So 6 years he has completed and now he is looking for upgrading, right? So this is how it should be. Very smooth landing you will have in the industry. Just follow the guidance. You don't need anything more. And you should get placed by September 20. Keep in mind, everyone, August last week is our resume uploading. And in the next 20 days, from September 1st to September 20, you should give interviews and you should get placed. So movement type. What is movement type? You remember we discussed about scheduling agreement. What is scheduling agreement?
So select confirm quantity to confirm
Right.
delivery.
Yeah, scheduling agreement is confirmed quantity plus confirmed delivery. And we discussed that we don't need an order. We can just create a delivery with reference to scheduling agreement. But is it really possible? Can we do that? Without order, is it possible to do a delivery? Not possible,
Yes.
right? Not possible. Because without a schedule line, without an order, you don't have a schedule line. Without a schedule line, you don't have a moment type. Without a moment type, you cannot do a delivery. Because there will be three movements of stock in a business, in a plant. There will be three movements of stock. One is stock comes inside the plant. The other one is stock goes outside the plant. And the other one is stock just moves around within the plant. Right? These are the three movements what we'll be having with the stock. How does system know what's happening with the stock? Whether if I create a sales order, what happens? Whether stock goes outside the plant or comes inside the plant?
Outside.
Outside the,
Right? Absolutely outside the plant. If I create a purchase order, then
inside the plant.
right? So how system knows that? Or else WM, warehouse management, what happens? The stock comes inside the plant. So how does system know that? That is all only through moment type. You might have already used a moment type while stock posting. Anyone posted stock into the system? Anyone used a transaction MyGo?
I used, but
You
only
used
once.
only once, right? So you might be knowing, right? We used a moment type 561 there, correct?
Yes.
Initial stock posting 561. So moment type tells system what's happening with the stock. Okay, whether stock is going inside the plant, coming inside the plant, or going outside the plant, or if it is within, if it is going outside, why it is going outside, if it's coming inside, why it is coming inside, or within the plant, why it's just roaming around the plant. So everything system will know only through moment type, only through moment type. And see, every moment type will have two effects. Every moment type will have two effects. The first effect of the moment type will tell system stock movement. That means from where the stock is moving where to where. And the next effect will tell system whether this should have an accounting entry or not. It's having an accounting entry or not. So let's see. Whenever we create a delivery, what we do, we hit PGI, post goods issue, right? PGI. When you hit PGI, what happens? The stock should go out, right? The stock is going outside the plant. When you hit the PGA, the stock is going outside the plant. How? How do system know that? That is through 601. You see, goods issue, delivery, goods issue, delivery. And when the 601, system knows that stock will be reduced from unrestricted stock. Where is this unrestricted stock? Anyone? Where is unrestricted stock? Where can we see that?
MMB.
MMBE. So whenever you create a sales order and you hit on that, excuse me, on the PGA button, that means system knows that you should take the stock in the MMBE from unrestricted stock. Okay, so that's how do system know? Because of the moment type 601. And where is this moment types? The moment types are in. You could use it in MyGo. When I say we are tagging a stock with moment type, okay. When I say we are tagging the stock with moment type, that we are doing with a transaction code called as MyGo. MyGo. That is stock posting or goods received. You see here, these are moment types. There are lots of moment types, and every moment type has its own purpose. Okay. So when I say we are tagging a stock, that means it's in a MyGo with some moment type. If it is initial stock posting, you manufacture stock and you receive it into the plant. Okay, 561. Where this stock will go and sit? This stock will go and sit under MMBE. This will go and sit under MMBE. Plant is 1000. So that stock, if you tag it with 561 in MyGo, it will come here, unrestricted stock. And whenever you create a sales order, it will reduce the stock from unrestricted stock. How system knows that? 601 moment type. It tells take the stock from unrestricted stock. So we delivered the stock to the customer, but customer don't want it for some reason. He want to return it back. It is neither damaged, it's neither expired. It's a very good quality stock, but customer don't want it. So what to do with that stock now? Again, can we take it and sell it to some other customers?
First, you need to invert the stock.
Right? We could do it. So we can sell that stock to other customers, but first we need to take that stock back, right? Moment types are pretty easy for us to remember or memorize. 601, opposite to this is 602. Okay, opposite to this will be 602. That's called as reverse PGI, or technically we call it as post goods received. Okay? We call it as post goods received. 602. What happens? It's a good quality stock, right? We can again give it back to other customers. So that stock comes back and add to unrestricted stock because of moment type 602. Okay. That is for PGI and PGR, but returns. If the stock is damaged, then returns schedule line you're able to follow, right, everyone? Or shall we do it tomorrow? Is it confusing between item category and this? Returns schedule line is DN, and if you go to DN, by default you will see 651. That means in the MyGo, if I tag any stock with a moment type 651, that is returns. With the schedule line DN and 651, it's a returns. In case of damage, this return is in case of damage. Okay, so $651 is taking stock into the returns. Okay, it's taking stock into the returns. Where is this returns? This returns is, see, if I take the stock is being added into the system, it is always in the MMBE. It's always in the MMBE. So if I scroll to the right, you see here there is returns. You see this? You see the returns here. So if we tag the stock with 651, right? So that's going to be returns. And where the stock will go and sit? At any time, if we say stock is going, and then it is always in the MMBE. It will be always here in the MMBE returns. But here in 651, there is no accounting entry. You see, there is no accounting entry. Very important entry question. Why there is no accounting entry generated? Because the stock tagged with 651 moment is a temporary stock. Customer complaint, there is a damage. Okay, first take the stock, then decide whether you can send it to quality inspection, or if it is completely damaged or no purpose, you can send it to a blocker stock. So what to do with the stock? Then you can decide it. But first, you need to take the stock. So 651. So returns DN, but 653. Returns DN, but 653. What is 653? That is a dumping stock, over delivery stock. That means customer asked only 100, we delivered 200. So customer don't want that additional 653. You see, goods returns, but unrestricted. So customer don't want that additional 100. You can take it back and again sell it to other customer, right? So it has to be added to unrestricted stock. That is 653. Then 655 is a quality inspection stock. Okay, you take the stock with 651, then you tag it with the 655 again. What is 655? Quality inspection, QI stock. Where is quality inspection? Where it will go and add in the system? Here under quality inspection. So only two transactions. MyGo, we tag the stock, and that stock will get reflected into MMBE. Somewhere in the MMBE it has to be posted. It can be posted in on order hand stock. It could be a GR block. Next is GR block. Next is expired stock. If it is expired, you cannot even repair or you cannot again sell it, right? It should go into blocked stock. That is again here in the blocked stock. It should. So we tag any stock with MyGo, and that will go and sit under MMBE. You take any stock, it will go and sit under MMBE. Right. Then next, consignment. I'll just write the consignments here. Very important. There is a 99.9% chance in the interview. They ask a question, consignment combined with the schedule lines or moment type. They may ask you, what is the schedule line for consignment fill up or returns? They may ask you, what is the moment type for consignment issue or returns? Anything it will be. Consignment and schedule lines go hand in hand for the interview. I'll just write them here. So, consignment fill up. The first process is consignment fill up. The schedule line is E1 and moment type is 631. Then next is consignment issue, that is E1, C1, 633. Consignment returns, that is E1, C1, D0 and 634. Then consignment pickup, E1, C1, D0, F1, and this is 632. 632 is exactly opposite to 631. 634 is exactly opposite to 633. Okay, what is this all we'll discuss when it comes to the actual business process we will discuss. But now just make a note only about this. You can, if you can memorize this, that is okay. Okay, you can memorize these things just now, but later we'll discuss other things. The next, STO, stock transfer order. That is also very, very, very important. Stock transfer order, the schedule line is NN. NN. And this happens only for STO. You see this? For any other process, you will have only one moment type. Only one. But only for STO, you'll have two moment types. Only for STO, you'll have these two moment. Whether it is standard STO or standard returns, doesn't matter. You'll have two moment types for STO. So the process and everything we'll discuss later, STO, but make sure that only STO process will have two moment types. And by default, when we say STO, it is always a two-step process. STO is always a two-step process by default at any time. At any time, STO is a two-step process. System delivers two-step process, but we can make it as one step as well. So 641 and 647, very, very, very important, these two, STO. And STO returns, intercompany returns, like this, we have various, you could just go through them. So 671, 677, 643, 45, like this, all things. Right. So we'll stop it here today, and tomorrow we'll discuss a couple of more schedule lines like third party and IPO and see other controls. Any questions, please go ahead.
Praveen, who will create that movement type? MM or?
Moment types are system standard delivered. You don't need to create any new moment type. There is a document, you see, in the document folder. Every possible moment type is already there in the system. You don't need to create anything new. Okay. Moment types are not only for SD. Moment types are as that's very killer important question. They also ask in the interview. Can you tell some moment types from MM? There is 100% chance they can ask a question. Can you tell some moment types from MM, like 101, 561? These all are MM moment types. In this document, it starts with red for the SD schedule moment types. You don't need to memorize them. You don't need to even open this document, but just for your reference, if you wish to look, you could 601. It starts with here for SD. You don't need to memorize or you don't need to open this document at all. But if you wish to check what exactly it is, you could just have an overview and just close this. You don't need that. Moment types are not only for SD, moment types for SD, MM, FI, sorry, not FI, WM, LE, all the logistics module has moment types. Yeah, any other question, anyone, please?
651 stock will also be added to MMBE.
Any stock should be added to MMBE. 651 is returns, right? It will add here. 651 temporary returns will add here. When we say you are tagging with the moment type, you will come and update here. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
What is the exact difference for item usage and higher level items, sir?
Both are two different actually. There is no similarity between them both. Item usage is a predefined context. Item usage is a predefined context telling system that there is a subitem for it, standard subitem for it. Without item usage also, we have determined TANN, right? By using only the higher level item. So if you are using item usage, that is system defined. Free means free goods. PSA1, PSA2, PSL, PSHP means material determination. That those are called as automatic item category determination. That means by default system has provided it. But you want to determine by your own, like your order type is ZOR, your delivery type is different. That means, sorry, your item category group is different. Your item category is also different. So you go to new entries and you set up and you give your own higher level item category. Okay.
Okay. When we see some inward stocking, damage or anything, that time we can use any kind of.
Sorry. Venkat, there's lots of background noise in your side. Can you please post it in the chat box? I'm not able to hear you actually. You could just put it in the chat box.
Hi, sir. One more thing. In the interview, how could we explain the integrations?
What integrations?
MM, SD, MM, FICO, at means exact point of configuration level we have to explain, or what, sir?
They don't ask specifically like, please tell me integration. Nowhere they ask the
Okay.
question. If you want that kind of answer, just go through this document. It's MMS, FI integration, all possible integrations, there is a document.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? Every possible integration, you have a document.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Hello? Can you able to hear you? Hello? Hello?